Alright, fuck it. So last night I told y'all my story of my first time ever doing shrooms, aka magic mushrooms, right? Right. Well, what I failed to mention to y'all last night that completely slipped my mind because obviously I was hella fucked up last night is that even though I recently had my first ever experience with shrooms, that's not my first time with actual psychedelics in general. A year ago was my actual first time ever fucking with psychedelics. And what did I start with? Not shrooms, not acid, but a DMT pen. Now, I had a little bit of knowledge on DMT before actually smoking it, and we'll get into that. So I used to have this plug that lived very conveniently close to me. That's all I'm going to say on that. But I would buy it from him. I'm talking like regularly, like damn near daily type shit. And he would always try to get me to hit this DMT pin he always had. He'd be puffing on it type shit. And me, I always kind of had this mentality with psychedelics that, hey, I'm already fucked up in the head enough as it is. If I start doing shit like that, that shit's going to like throw me into a fucking like psych ward or some shit, you know? I was not trying to like put myself in no type of situation like that, given the mental issues I was already dealing with my life. So I explained that to him, and he's just like, all right, fuck it, you know, whatever. Well, one day he hits me up. I'll play a Red Dead or some shit, and he's like, hey bro, come get this DMT card. And again, I'm trying to tell bro, like, I don't do shit like that. And he's like, nah bro, you gonna be good. Like, before he was like, I don't give a fuck if you hit it or not, to like, hey, you gonna fuck with this shit, and come get this shit. And I didn't understand like what the whole like switch up was. Obviously there was something going on, and I would learn that later. Anyways, I go down there, see what's up with this man. Basically, I go up at his crib, I say what's up to him and shit. He hands me this pen, and he's like, bro, 35 and it's yours. And I was like, for real? And he's like, yeah, take it. And I don't want that shit. And I was like, why? Because like, I don't want it anyways, but like, I wouldn't know why now you don't want it, because you've been pumping this shit for days, and now all of a sudden you don't want it. And he's just like, dude, I don't know what happened, but I smoked that shit, played The Last of Us, tripping on that shit, went to the bathroom, and I can't honestly remember exactly what he said, but it was some wild shit. All I remember him saying is he did a cartwheel trying to use the bathroom and he fucked himself up. I don't fucking know, y'all. Don't ask me, bro. I don't fucking know. If I ever get a hold of that man again, I'll ask him about that. But yeah, I at this point in my life, I'm like, dude, you know what, I'm gonna give it one try, and if I don't fuck with this shit and this shit fucks up my head or makes me like, you know, bug out or some shit, I ain't never gonna touch this shit again. That's gonna be what it is. But because I'm able to acknowledge that I went out of my way to buy it and to agree to purchase it from him, I don't blame him either way. So if I were to have a bad trip, I'm not gonna be like that guy, you know. So basically what I'm saying is I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew I was walking into the unknown. So I take this shit back to my crib. I start puffing on this shit. Now keep in mind, he told me to only hit this shit for like 2-3 second hitters. Do not like do blinkers. Well, I did fucking blinkers because nobody told me what the fuck to do. So, yeah, that was a horrible fucking mistake. Alright, now I'm gonna try to explain to y'all the best way I can as to what I saw, right? I'm trying to type on my phone. All of a sudden, my keyboard, like physically, like, shit, how do I explain this, man? In the most physical way you could see it, got up, hopped off of my phone, and like floated away type shit. And I was like, but I was tripping the fuck out. Not because what the fuck, how's that possible? But because I'm already so fucked up, I'm just like, bro, get back here. I need to be able to type his shit. So I start freaking the fuck out. I start yelling his shit. Again, girlfriend comes upstairs. She's like, what's up? I tell her, like, hey, I think this shit's actually working. I think I'm tripping. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was impatient. So after the first 2 or 3 blinkers I did, I was like, why is shit happening, you know? And then I just kept hitting that shit, hitting the shit. I can't honestly tell you how many times I did that, honestly. If I had to guess, man, I probably did maybe 8 or 9 blinkers. But that's just an estimate. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a good enough memory to give like an exact, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I was pretty fucked up off that DMT for like a while, I ain't gonna lie. Now, in terms of like, how was I feeling? I was feeling pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, everything I thought it was gonna be like, given my mental illnesses that I deal with, complete opposite, man. It was fucking lit. I laughed about damn near fucking everything. I felt super, super mellow. I remember holding my arms up to the sky for like 15 minutes straight. And I just fucking like felt my soul leave my body type shit. Like, I know that sounds like stereotypical or cheesy of like a psych head like to say, but that's honestly what it felt like, y'all. Like, I felt like my soul left my fucking body. Like, if this is truly like what it feels like when you die, because they say like your brain releases DMT and shit, I don't even think I'm scared to die no more type shit, if I'm being honest. It was a very, very great feeling. A little freaky at first, you know, just because you never did it before. You're gonna always have that initial anxiety. So the first little spook of the trip, that's kind of what I consider that to be. So I wouldn't even consider the DMT trip to be bad. I would smoke it again later on, and this is where shit got a little crazy, alright? Because I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm a little toxic. I got an addictive personality. If I like something, I'm hooked on it. Well, me naturally liking the first high, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take, like, double that, even though I took already a ridiculous amount the first time, and I did. And this time, I was seeing, like, I don't want to say entities, but then again, I feel like some people do word this at DMT entities. I think that's a thing. Well, I was seeing like what I would consider to be like aliens, like the Greys type shit. And listen, I know y'all are probably thinking like, dude, no way. I swear, I can't make this up. I tell everybody this story in my life, even to this day. But my girlfriend was like right there on the couch, because like the thing about me is when I do psychedelics, I always make sure there's somebody sober there with me, so I always know I'm safe type shit. Well, she was there for the entire experience, so I see a gray like appear in front of me type shit, except he's not actually gray. He's got like this bright, almost glowing, goosebumps aesthetic, like neon green, like fucking color and skin, and I don't know why, but that shit made me fucking laugh my ass off. I was dead ass weak as fuck, and I don't know why, but I could sense that when the entity realized I wasn't afraid of it, it just made itself like despawn from my eyes or whatever. I don't fucking know. I was on drugs, alright? What do you want from me, people? it was honestly crazy. So I ended up smoking the rest of that cart in a matter of a week. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, cart fiend here, but hey, it was a fun ass week of just being fucked out of reality on some real shit. I got some enlightenment from it. I got some obviously entertainment from it. I got over my fear of psychedelics, and at that point in my life, I was ready for next year, because I don't really do psychedelics like everyday type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's something I do either once a year, like once a blue moon type shit. So I already planned that the next thing I would do would be shrooms, and obviously that's how y'all got the first story. There you go. There's your prequel video. If you guys happen to enjoy this story, please let me know down in the comments below. I got some more shit for you tomorrow, so be sure to tune back in tomorrow night for some more badass stories. And with that being said, I'm Strange. We out!